that were contained within the study, and we'll go through key analysis from each of these. But the first step started out to be introducing the technology to the consumer before any pricing was introduced. So we described the technology and just really were looking for, are you interested in this or not? So you can consider this really a wish list perspective, but no pricing influencing the consideration. That then progressed to the second step where we did introduce price. So that same technology, we said we had a fair market price that everyone saw to begin with. So that fair market price allowed us to measure that interest, and then depending on their answer, we then adjusted the price either up or down to be able to start gauging this concept of price sensitivity. So while that's on an individual technology by technology basis, we took the third exercise to more of a real world concept. And this is, you have a budget, right? So we gave these respondents a set budget and said, okay, through this mix of technologies, whether it be, let's call it traditional technologies, maybe like leather seats or larger wheels and tires, mixed with the future technologies that we were just studying, how would you spend your money, right? Are you going to spend it on traditional? Are you going to do a mixture? Where does it get spent first? How much money is spent? So this really puts it into more of a real world situation. And is that these are really the technologies that are leading us into the capability for fully automated vehicles. So technologies that can demonstrate this increased level of safety, collision protection, avoidance, mitigation, these have a very strong appeal to the consumers. We also saw year over year consistent high interest and strong purchase intention with 3 technologies in particular, right? So when we were here last year, we were talking about 3 of these same technologies. So they have this level of year over year high sustainability for interest, and that is a camera rear view mirror, camera side view mirror, and self-healing paint. So getting into our top 5 from a pre-price perspective, what's shown in gray is the respondents that said they would definitely be interested in that technology, and what's shown in red is a combination of I definitely and probably would be interested in this technology. And what we see is there's really a visibility improvement theme that comes back to making the vehicle safer overall, right? So this is a key element for consumers that you can see throughout this top 5 ranking. Now, safety is recognizably, it comes in a variety of sizes. So I wanted to point out a couple of different quotes from consumers just to put some meat around this matter and see the range in this concept of safety. So, for instance, one of the consumers, when reporting about the camera rear view mirror, they stated it would be important to see blind spots everywhere and these cameras help. For a person reporting on night vision, they were talking about, they said, I have difficulty seeing at night. I try not to drive at night, and this could make a huge difference on my driving habits. A little bit further down the spectrum from a safety perspective was a comment that was made on electronic window tint adjustment. And so this window tint adjustment could be made for any of the windows inside your vehicle. And the consumer responded saying, avoiding being blinded by the sun and keeping my belongings safe matter to me, right? So even that personal security was an element of safety. But what we saw with Generation Y and Generation Z were some levels of similarity when you talked about interest and trust in automotive mobility or in alternative mobility solutions. So both of those generations demonstrated 40% or greater interest in a concept called mobility on demand. So this would be, right, your Uber, your Lyft, I mean, something that's a bit more traditional today, but you saw this high level of interest.